Hi, you are watching SightsIn Plus and this is Romesh. Please to subscribe the channel for the HR news, for HR updates and conversation with the top-notch CHROs, throughout leaders and business heads. Today we are going to discuss what is the latest status of higher pension, EPS 95 higher pension, or you can call it the pension on higher wages. And joining us, a renowned HR thought leader, Mr. Nath Verma. He's a former Executive Director, Human Resources at NTPC. Welcome, Vermaji, to SightsIn Plus.
Thank you, Romesh. Thank you very much for calling me here once again. And I must say that you are doing a wonderful job in disseminating information on various dimensions of HR. And especially the social issues are very important. And my compliments and congratulations to you for that.
Thank you, Vermaji, for your compliments and best wishes. Vermaji, if you look at the EPFO, so right now, especially the higher pension cases, so earlier we were talking about that the EPFO has received around 17.49 lakh applications for the higher pension. And after that, we have seen also a lot of chaos about the rejection of cases, and sometimes we have also heard that field officers, they are deliberately rejecting some of the applications. So blah blah blah, a lot of things we have seen. What is the current status of applications? How many applications has been reached to the level of demand letters, and how many applications have been rejected? Is there any application which are pending? What is the current status of the applications right now?
So, as you are aware, on 4th November 2022, the landmark judgment of Supreme Court was delivered, in which the Honorable Supreme Court allowed payment of pension on higher wages under the EPS 95 scheme and gave directions to EPFO and gave a window of about 4 months. So now, after the delivery of the judgment, we are now close to 3 years. This 4th November 2025 is coming, and we are very close to 3 years completion. But during this 3 years, the EPFO has traveled a large distance, because the number of applications which was originally estimated to be close to 38 lakhs was finally found to be 15.24 lakhs. As per the data available in the public domain, the final figure of applications submitted to EPFO for higher pension under the EPS 95 scheme works out to somewhere around 15.24 lakh applications. And out of these 15.24 lakh applications, close to 11 lakh applications have been rejected on various grounds. We'll discuss about the rejection causes later on, but 11 lakh applications have been rejected, and 4 lakh applications are now finally getting processed for enhanced pension. In these 4 lakh cases, the demand letters have been issued by EPFO to the concerned pensioner or the prospective pensioners through their employers, and they are advised to submit deposit the amount as indicated in the demand letters. So, as per the latest data, we are told that as of December 2024, about close to 16,000 cases were already processed for enhanced pension. But between December and now, a large number of cases of enhanced pension have been processed. But we are not aware about the exact number of cases. But we presume that out of the 4 lakh cases that I mentioned, a large number of cases would have been processed, and different stages of processing are being done. So it is not that EPFO has not taken measures, but the pace at which the work is being done is a matter of concern, because between 22 and now, a large number of people have actually passed away also. Those who were entitled for the retirement benefits, they could not submit the application. So the main objective of this decision was to expedite the processing part by the EPFO and settle the enhanced pension and socialize the enhanced pension as a social benefit to the employees of public sector, private sector, so that they can lead a decent life post their retirement. In that aspect, a lot of works are required to be done. And going forward, we sincerely hope and believe that EPFO would be taking a variety of measures to ensure necessary action in this direction.
Very beautifully, you have shared the data that how many applications have been received by the EPFO finally. So that is around 15.2 4 lakh, as you said, and 4 lakh has been the demand letter has been issued to the 4 lakh people for the 4 lakh cases, and 11 lakh around applications have been rejected, and still around 20.22 lakh applications are still pending for the processing. So, but if you look at this, the statics of this, so around 73%, 70, more than 73%, I think, cases has been rejected, and only 27% or 26% cases have been issued for the demand letter. So, this is a very huge number of cases which have been rejected by the EPFO for higher pension. Any specific reason? What the reason you look for? Because this is a very large number.
So as you have rightly pointed out, that out of 15.24 lakhs, about if the rejection has been to the tune of 11 lakhs, it works out to close to 73%. That means 73% of the cases of the applications submitted have been rejected. The reasons are very many. Like some of the reasons that are given is that there were a lot of the first one is the cases which were submitted of pre-2014 cases. As it is, the Supreme Court had given directions that those who were retired before 1/9/2024, they will not be eligible to apply for the enhanced pension. So their cases have been rejected, and that is understandable because the order of Supreme Court was like that only. But apart from that, if we look at the balanced cases, a large number of cases have been rejected on many grounds, like discrepancy in the application forms, discrepancy in the data, the KYC verification, and non-submission of joint declaration form under the 26(6) provision of EPFO, which says that the employer and employee have to jointly agree for contributing to the real wages and thereby being eligible for getting the enhanced pension. But there are many grounds which are sometimes it is observed that on flimsy grounds also the applications have been rejected, because and the one more dimension is that there are many organizations which were the PF was managed through their trusts, and some of the organizations were having some rules which prohibited the employees to contribute at the actual wages. So my submission to the viewers or to the EPF authority is that the employee concerned is not at fault. If you see, the rules were framed by the trust, the concerned trust. There are many organizations who have not allowed the higher wages contribution to be made by the employees. The fault doesn't lie with the employee concerned, because he was never asked or he was never given option to during his entire career. The fault lies with the trust who had framed such kind of rules. And for that, the penalty should not be given to the employees who are members of the trust. So these cases should be reviewed and should be seen with the empathy, and seen with the and examined with the lens of empathical considerations and given a review. The other aspect is that suppose an employee has worked in 5-6 organizations, and one of the organizations where he has worked is now closed. So out of the 6 organizations, suppose he has submitted a joint declaration form of under 26(6) from the 5 organizations, but because the one of the organizations is now closed and is not able to get any person to submit and sign on those documents, but he has in fact given declaration to contribute, and there are evidences. So such cases should not be rejected by EPFO. If we accord the reasonability aspect, so employee has given his willingness to contribute, but because the organization has been closed and now it cannot be, there is nobody to sign the required declaration under 26(6) provision. For that, the concerned employee should not be blamed. So these are some of the areas where the EPFO must look more sympathetically and empathetically and consider the applications, because these are social security schemes. And the Honorable Supreme Court has given judgment to ensure that the enhanced pensions may be allowed to the eligible employees.
No, absolutely. But you have highlighted two, three major reasons. One is because of some rules of the trust, they could not submit a document. Maybe any another reason. Maybe if there is any individual employer and his application or her application is rejected on any of the ground, can they reapply to the EPFO? Can they request for the review of the application, and for the correction they can resubmit the paper? And if any correction is pending, can they resubmit the corrected
No. Under the
documents?
provisions, they cannot apply, but the EPFO has made a system. Whenever they reject an application, the communication is sent to the concerned employee through their employers, and the employee has got a facility of giving giving an appeal or grievance in the system. And the grievance is considered by senior level people, and it is up to them to decide the case based on the merits. So my submission to the EPF authority is that such cases where the rejection has been accorded on the basis of certain things that are beyond the control of the employees, the benefit of doubt should be given to the employees rather than rejecting their cases, and allow them for enhanced pensions.
So there is a process for the appeal. They can appeal if the case is
Yes,
rejected
they
by
can
the
submit
EPFO, then
appeal
they
or
can.
they can go for grievance.
Right, right.
And one of the major things that is coming from the entire the EPFO scenario is that the large number of people who have given their payments based on the demand letters received by them, their revised PPOs are still to be signed. See, the EPFO has taken a lot of time in deciding the applicability or eligibility of the employee concerned. Now, once they decide, everything is in their domain, and all the data is already there in the domain, on the basis of which they submit the demand letter. And after the demand letter is submitted to the employees, and employee submits the requisite amount after withdrawing it from their meager funding sources, EPFO should not be taking too long a time to settle the enhanced pension, because the employee is not paid any interest for any delay that takes place after they release the payment of the demand letter amounts. So major grievance is that the issuance of the issuance of enhanced revised pension is taking a lot of time, and the other aspect is that the issuance of arrears. See, a person, suppose he has retired, he has attained the age of 58 years in 2018 or 2017. So now 8 years have already passed from that period. So the revised pension will be paid to him with effect from from the date he has attained the 58 years of age. So arrears is applicable to the employees from that date till now. So that also works out to a huge amount. And if that amount is not paid on time, no interest is paid. So employee is put to a great loss, because he is not being paid any interest on that period. So my submission to EPFO, or my suggestion or my advice to EPFO would be that the processing post demand letter should be done at a very fast pace, because all the data is already are in public in their command, and they do not have anything further to assess or check. Only thing is that it has to be given to the concerned regional RPFC authority, and they have to issue the demand letter. They have to have standard formats for that, and they cannot wait for so long to issue the revised pension and start the revised pension amount, because it is a very, very important for their survival. And employees are becoming very emotional because they have to meet their both ends meet. They have to arrange for their sustenance. So they cannot be denied. So one grievance is this one. The other one is that when you ask for the payment of the enhanced wages, the demand letter amount that I was talking, there you have to make the payment from back date, from whatever date the employee is required to give the enhanced amount to the EPF authority. There you are charging the interest. Suppose a person is retiring in 2019 or 20. So from 1995 till this date, he or she has to make payment on enhanced wages along with the interest. But when they get the amount, the arrears, they are not given interest on that amount. So that is a major source of grievance. Plus the demand letter that is given to them, and whatever amount they are going to get back, the employees are saying, why EPFO cannot ask us to pay the net amount rather than asking for a very high amount, 50, 60 lakhs as demand letter amount, and then paying back arrears. So suppose that somebody is required to pay 60 lakhs and he is going to get arrears of 40 lakhs. What is the fun of paying 60 lakhs upfront and then waiting for 4, 5, 6 months for the arrear amount? What the employees are telling, that they could have worked out a system whereby the net amount with due tax implications is worked out and given to the employees, and that amount is a small amount. So arranging that much fund may not be that big a problem. So that should be considered by EPF authorities, and the interest amount on the arrears should also be considered in all reasonability and fairness. That is my submission and request to the EPF authorities.
You have very beautifully you have highlighted especially about what are the problems and what are the what the amount employees need to deposit, how to calculate, and a lot of things are there. But still, if you look at the data, so around 73% cases are rejected, and 22 lakh around cases are still pending. What are the reasons? Why do you see that why the EPFO is not comfortable or not able to do it the early settlement of the cases?
The entire processing was done on manual basis. Now they have introduced digitization on a limited scale. So digitization does take time to institutionalize, but still the digitization has not happened, and the processing is done on many accounts. The processing is done manually, so that takes time. Moreover, what I feel is that the staff, the subordinate staff and the frontline executives, they may not be as technically savvy as they should have been, because the volume, if you are talking about 15 lakh, 16 lakh cases, the volume is very high, and it should be data driven, and it should be they should be taking help of chatbots, the AI generated apps. So these things should be introduced. More professionalism should be introduced, and the fund also should be managed in such a manner that the maximum returns are accruing to the EPFO, so that there is no financial crisis later on, because this is an amount which is expected to be earned by the concerned persons throughout his remaining part of life. And God forbid, if the fund is not managed in a sound manner, the payment of these pension amounts may be a problem. So these three aspects have to be seen: the technologically driven systems, the trained professionals, and management of the funds in a very robust manner, so that the social system, the institution which has been created of enhanced pension is really institutionalized and becomes robust in our country.
I think we have been able to discuss what is the current status of this EPS 95 higher pension, how many cases have been settled, how many cases have been rejected and what the cases are still pending. We have been also able to, I think, touch upon that what are the reasons why there is a delay, why this high number of cases are being rejected. Anything else which is important and we did not touch? What do you see? What is the way forward? How we can? What would be your advice to the EPFO? Already, I think you have also
So my
taken a couple of
suggestion to
points.
EPF authorities will be that they have to examine the cases or re-examine the cases more empathetically. The monthly data should be shared on their websites, and there should be more communication from their side as to what they are doing and how they are trying to solve these issues. Because people are really eagerly waiting for their enhanced pensions with bated breath, and they are looking with a lot of hope and aspiration. So this entire thing should be dealt more humanistically, so to say. So this is my advice, and as I told, more technology, more trained manpower, and more robust management of the funds should be taken up on priority.
Absolutely. So I think your advices are good, and the people are furious. They are anxious about their application because large number of people have been rejected. Large number of applications have been rejected. So this is absolutely the employees. They are furious about this. Might be your advisors may help to the employees as well and to the APFO as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Verma, for joining us and sharing wonderful thoughts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Srivastava, and God bless you. Thank you very much.